Did we lose somebody?
I don't know. This is David, and I'm introducing Christy, and many of you recall she did a terrific presentation last fall, and she's doing the PowerPoint and presentation. She will answer questions. Our goal is to finish in about 45 minutes, and the hope is that this information, coupled with some of your own local know-how, will lead us to wonderful successes next week and a terrific idea in terms of doing a blitz. So, Christy, you're on right now. Let's see what's going on.
Great. Well, hello to everybody. I've either talked to most of you before or already visited with you all. Some of the things we're going to go over, you might have seen before. We took a few pieces from the last presentation that we thought just needed some refreshing, and then we've got a lot of new pieces to catch you guys up on, so here we go. The first thing that we wanted to really talk about was how predominant local, and going hyper-local for online has been. Pretty much anybody across the board at this point, if you look up any surveys, from Belden to NAA, all of them are saying where online is taking its biggest leaps revenue-wise is with local, and this, hopefully should not be a surprise to you guys. I actually got this off of something which I think you guys will find interesting, that although 89% of people research online before buying, most of them actually still shop local. And so what we're finding is that they might research it online, but if they can find it local, that's going to be their number one outlet. And this is good news for you guys. This is one that we had from our last one, which will show you who is looking for products and services online. And if you guys don't already know, hopefully this will surprise you, because it's everybody that you meet, everybody that you can think of. Last week, I was actually in Arizona helping out a Western news publication, and during the 5 days that I was there, we saw a total of 56 appointments, and on every single appointment, I made a point of asking the business owner, whoever I was meeting with, if they read the online edition. Out of the entire week of 56 appointments, I only had 3 people say no. And so those are pretty much, this was a small/medium-sized town, average-sized newspaper, very similar to what a lot of you have. And if you can get, 97% of the business community saying that they pull it up at least once a day, and that's pretty much the core of your business. Those are the people that are working, living, buying in your communities, and those who are reading your online edition. So you guys have really got a unique position in that you've got a captive audience. Now we just have to figure out how more effectively to get in front of them with our product, our online editions, and then also convince them that they need to be with us as their number one voice for online. Obviously this slide is fairly basic, but it's really speaks to the heart of what we're talking about is, who is searching online and what are they searching for? Pretty much anything you can think of that somebody would need that they would have previously usually gone to the yellow pages for, or might even have gotten a referral from a friend. Now pretty much everybody's going to say, well, I Googled it. I went online and I researched it. And same thing, if they can find it local, and pay the Washington, if they cannot pay the shipping or can be with somebody local, they would much prefer that. So this is our opportunity to get our local retailers in front of an online audience that may or may not be seeing the print. We might have some overlap. But as you guys have all heard me say, the nice thing about this is that even though we're online, our readers are local. And so this is typically a different set of eyes that is reading our print. So what we can do is couple our print options with our online options, and you've pretty much got the most market share for advertising that you could offer anybody. You guys really have a hold on your markets. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. This will give you guys an idea kind of the dollar flow and the amount we're looking at. And this was actually, I believe, a 2009 slide. So 82% of U.S. households now use the Internet as an information source to look locally for products and services, to the tune of about $85 billion. And so when you look at how many people are using online in comparison to the number of ads they're spending online, you can definitely see the discrepancy. So this is where we need to be getting in front of our clients. And like I said, not saying that this is better than print. It's just a different medium where we know a lot of online readers are going. and we need to be their outlet for it. Part of the reason that I push so hard on this is because, as you guys probably know or may have experienced in your local markets, is we are not the only game in town doing this. We have got competition from the Yellow Pages and decks and things of that nature. We have now got competition from Google SWAT teams that are realizing that the dollars are not to be made in the metro markets. They're to be made in markets just like yours. And so what the problem presents itself is that when these teams go out, they meet with your advertisers, but they will promise them, as you guys have probably experienced, anything under the sun, tell them that this is the next best thing since sliced bread and how well this will do for them, and sell it oftentimes a lot cheaper than we can, because really they're selling vaporware. They're selling something that doesn't exist. Yes, a lot of people use Google. Yes, a lot of people use the Yellow Pages. But I would bet you that upwards of probably 97+% of the time, the number one reason people turn on their computers in a local hometown market is to go to their local online newspaper. They're not typically going to just randomly go to Google and search for something. So if you guys can get in front of them with their product, not only for news and updates, you can then be their go-to for the Yellow Pages that you guys are offering, for a search that you guys can offer. We can offer them something that we know is a viable product. You guys have, the reputation in the community, the skills, and the resources and manpower to then help them also make that product work. When the teams, like I mentioned, go out in front of us, the problem that we run into is that a lot of people already have a preconception or oftentimes a misconception of what online can and can't do for them. Then they get promised everything under the sun, and, maybe in the back of their mind they think online's not going to work anyway, but, it was cheap. This person said they were from Google or Yellow Book or whatever, and then it fails. Their knee-jerk reaction is, in essence, reinforced. We come in behind that with a great, viable product, and we're pretty much hitting a wall because they've already been soured on it. So we need to get out in front of them ahead of these teams because we have something that can actually work for them. Now, of course, the issue is going to be price because just like you guys know with print or anything else, when we tell folks online is our least expensive form of advertising, we're not joking. But as compared to, a Quest Dex or whoever that can come in and sell them a listing for $50 a month, which does absolutely nothing for them, our prices might be a little higher, but just like with your print, they're not just buying an online ad, they're buying our readership, they're buying our circulation, our online viewership. So you guys really need to get out in front of people and don't make this about price, because anybody that you've met with for online or for print, they know that any other media is far more expensive, and you really have to hit home with them on you get what you pay for. Google or anybody else can sell them a business listing that does nothing for them at $20 a month, but it really comes back to haunt us, and the fact that then we come in, say even at $200 a month, with a product that can actually work for them on many levels, and we're already up against it. So just remember that when you're doing this, don't sell the technology. Don't sell on price. We beat them on both ends. When you go in to do a presentation, you are selling on the strength of your paper, and in almost every market I've been to, nobody can beat you. It's just a matter of getting out in front of people.
Christy, this is Dave. A quick summary, a recap of what I thought you said. And I just want to make sure I understood correctly, and maybe everybody else, that online compared to newspapers, radio, TV, or other kind of advertising in general is the least expensive. But within the online, our local advertising rates for our local papers are not necessarily the cheapest, but we're the best value.
Very much so.
Okay. I appreciate you listening because I want to make sure I get that right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the main thing that I always say when I go in is, we can go in and, we can come at it from a tech side if we need to. And I think most of you that have worked with me know, if I sit with an IT guy, I can go toe-to-toe, but you can sell somebody on this without even pulling out a stat. And in a lot of our markets, that's what works. We need to sort of, demystify it. That preconception or knee-jerk reaction that a lot of people have is that it's too high-tech for them, that it's too expensive, that this is not where their customers are. But every single market I go